But anywho, hey, we made it. Tom made it. He survived the storm of the century, right?
It wasn't the storm of the century,
No, but there
thankfully.
was a storm.
It was
So
quick, thankfully.
yeah, so we had to start a little later. So we hope people can still pop in and hang out. And the one over here that looks like he doesn't want to be here, here's Shan. I just realized something. I think I am the only not content creator. Well, I guess I could consider myself a content creator, I suppose, on YouTube whose significant other actually does a show, or will show up on a show with their significant other. Because
There's
Sam
very few.
doesn't hang out with you.
Ooh, no,
We only had the voice of Jeffrey, Gerald's husband.
yeah.
Selena, but everyone's just kind of like, no, staying out.
Yeah.
But hey, he's actually willing to do this. So, but yeah, so people who watch on playback, thanks for doing that and making sure to hit that thumbs up. And Tom, it's been a hot minute. What's going on with you before we get started? This is pretty much a chill.
Same shit, different day. Yeah.
Needs to take some vacation, do some
Yeah, we just talked about that.
art.
Yeah, one day. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
Like I keep saying,
read some of my books. I got
I know
pile of books behind me that I haven't read yet.
I see you post a lot on Instagram and a new book too. I think that just came in.
You
posted last week.
That's right up there that I haven't.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got 3 books that I need to read too. And so some people are popping in. This Miss Nancy. Miss Nancy's popping to say hi. And let me just back up. Magus was here waiting for us. Hello, Magus, my friend. Thank you for being here. And Jan stopped by. Anybody who wants to join in the conversation, especially if they have a paranormal experience or something or a friend of theirs, anybody that you want to share, something that's out of the norm, go ahead and we can always throw that link in there and you can join us. And Audra is here. Hello, Audra, my dear. Thanks for being here. And of course, the Sassy Caboose is here. Thanks, Jax, for putting in all the links. Just making sure I didn't miss anybody. And no. So we had actually, it was a nice day here. It was kind of cool, but we had lots of birthday parties and stuff going on. So it's nice to hear the kids in the park and people using our park again. So it's been a lot more pleasant. And so, yeah, I was on Tom backstage going, if you took that, vacation time, you could be making art, because people don't realize what an incredible sculptor Tom is. So I just got to say it. It's,
okay.
it just, he's more than okay. I sure
passable.
You're terrible. Yeah. You're not passable. You're terrible. Oh, my
That's
goodness.
True. That's true. You're right. You're right. I should just give it up.
I didn't say that.
That's what you said.
No, I didn't. Did you hear me tell him I should give up art?
No.
Did everybody in chat? Nope. No. I always share whatever I'm working on with Tom. I'll be like, look what I'm making now. So hopefully in that Ace of Wands, you got to grab that Ace of Wands.
I think that's more your card now than mine. You're the one that keeps getting it, not me.
My fellow readers, not me. Maybe me every now and then, but so is there a reason we're here? Yeah, there is. We had originally intended on having Shan talk about the Georgia Guidestones. However, that can be maybe a little polarizing for some people. So we figured we might just, because it involves, I mean, we all like a good, good conspiracy, and just because something's labeled a conspiracy doesn't mean that there isn't an element of truth to it. But that may be.
They existed. They existed. They were put up. Somebody put them up. They existed. They say what they said.
and people confused. Did you want to talk a little bit about, in case people, or do you want to? Because you're getting a book. He's getting a book too tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm getting a book on it, but all I gotta say is the guidestones was for if anything bad happened and the population naturally resulted in a smaller population after the event occurred. That's what the stones are for,
or were for. Before someone blew them up.
Yeah, it was a few years ago. Yeah.
There was the mystery. What was interesting, because there's a mystery, they were considered a mystery because they weren't quite sure who put them up. People that read them, some of them were saying, well, it was for nefarious reasons, saying that the world needs, half the population needs to be exterminated for the planet to be safe. No, that's not what it was about. And it was just, explaining, again, like Shan said, what would be ideal to keep the planet going if certain catastrophes or disasters happen. But the mystery around them were all about actually who funded it, who put it up, and because all it was RC something, right?
RC Christian.
Yeah.
Robert Christian.
Yeah. So people were speculating the Rosicrucians. Someone said Ted something that owned a television company.
Palantir or something?
No, Ted something.
Ted Turner.
So Allison is basically whatever. But we're looking at, like paranormal.
We have no idea what we're talking about, so.
Because we were originally going to, main subject was going to be the guide stones, but then because they're a bit, polarizing. But that would be something I'd be interested in pulling cards on for a show on a mystery, like what was the actual, energy behind. I still, there was a show called Brian Meltzer's Decoded that was on history, and they did a lot of research on that, and talked to different people on who they even went to talk to a Rosicrucian, and so it was a show all about educating about what they were and who wasn't a part of it. And so they're kind of like up there, the guide stones, and someone, of course, once Numbnuts was voted back in, someone decided to, blow it up. And I mean, which was kind of surprising because there were security cameras when they did the other show. People, I mean, you were trained on, if you got too close, a vehicle, would show up and stuff. So this place was heavily surveilled to make sure that nothing happened to the stones, but yet someone was able to get in there, and there's nothing left, right? It's all just flattened out or rubble.
It's in somebody's backyard. Yeah. They have granite projects, and they take and break down the granite when it's old, and they'll just take and deposit it in an area in some guy's backyard. And so he's got the stone sitting back there with all these projects that have gotten old and replaced and stuff.
Wow. Can you imagine the energy? So this is a good segue then. Hold on a second. Let me take that down. Because how did I say this was a good segue? So talking about paranormal stuff, this can lead into our conversation. When we have an item, whether it is from a building that's been exposed, or like, let's say remnants of, let's say, the stones, a building. People talk about artifacts from the Twin Towers that have gone up in places on display where people experience that have been revolved around extreme energy, psychic energy, high human emotions, how that will carry over, like with the guide stones. If they're going to use some of that in somebody's, remodeling or something, do you think it's possible, or the possibility of that energy being carried into this person's home? So what do you think? That's an interesting segue, because that's part of the paranormal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would think about them having that kind of an energy build up to them, but I mean, I don't know. I like I said, I don't know much about them really. To me, it was always just some crazy rich guy who put them up.
Oh no, I mean just the energy of
So
like something like that, like a
yeah,
like
but
the
what like
or
to me
any
that's a
building.
very different thing than like a traumatic I mean,
Okay.
put on the level of like a
Yeah,
a World
I
Trade
think the
Center or something
viewers.
is very different. You know,
Yeah.
it's just a it's basically a statue. It's basically
There you go.
Yeah, but for me, it's like, but we don't know very much about it. So the person who
I mean, there was
carved them, who
intention
built them,
behind it.
the
But
tension. I was going to say, when you're
yeah,
creating that, there's that energy that, well, you being an artist too and a sculptor, you know how you, when you do stuff, you put energy into our work
yeah,
and how that carries. So if our beliefs, our intentions are being made to put into something like that, you know, how much of that energy still, you know, I know that energy will not be probably as let's say the word prolific as you
that's
know
yeah,
something from a building like the towers
yeah.
or from I know there's like places like trains, you know, train cabins that we've seen where they have them on display and you walk in and you know people can feel energy or have seen images, so things like that. But yeah, the intention or the energy.
Yeah, I mean, you can, you know, I guess potentially. I mean, I don't know where I stand with the whole energy transference stuff there with that, but
Same thing like with antiques too, you know,
yeah,
that are
Hmm.
what
That's
we're gonna.
fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you have anything that is? I know Allison's a collector, likes to have has a few, not a collector, but likes to go to antique shops and things. But do you have anything, Tom, that you've bought and you know that you feel like has an energy to it from the previous owner? And hello,
no, I
Miss
have a lot of older
Nina.
stuff, but I don't. I'm trying to think. I don't have anything that like I really have ever felt carried anything. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Have you ever had anything?
I grew up in a
Well, the
dollhouse.
dollhouse. Well, yeah, never. That was a stupid
Creepy
question.
dolls that looked like they were staring at me all the time. Of course. Ceramic from the 17, 16, 14s.
Yeah.
BP, they call it now instead of, what do they call it?
BP.
Yeah, BC and
Oh, BC, like
yeah, now
before
it's now
Christ
it's
or Common
yeah,
Era or
yeah.
something.
Now it's before present times or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
so okay. Well, this is off to a great start.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like, I mean, I think something like that. That's more of a that's a human based thing, and I think that's more of the person putting the observer putting it on that. You know, is the way I would look at something like
So you
that.
think that someone's putting their own psychic energy onto an object because it looks creepy? They say, "Oh, that looks
Yeah,
creepy." No, they're making it creepy themselves.
Yeah.
yeah, that would be my
Maybe.
take.
Perhaps.
Well, we talking about dolls. Well, there are those haunted dolls.
Well, allegedly, allegedly.
All allegedly. Well, people have had personal experiences of, for them it's not an alleged, for them it's you know
Yeah.
it's I mean, how many letters and things have people you know gone to those exhibits like with Harold and Bobby the doll or whatever, some of the other ones, or was it Isabel, no, who's the one the Warrens had?
I mean,
Annabelle,
please.
where people have mocked, you know, I said,
It's a
oh,
Raggedy Ann doll.
it's a freaking doll, you know, even with, you know, the other ones, Bobby or Robert the doll and stuff. People have, you know, made fun of it. And then later on, you know, kind of had to, a whole bunch of people would write back and say, listen, since I did that, I've had bad luck. Things have been going. But Tom, you have something to counteract that, right?
Do I?
Yeah. So they're blaming a doll for their bad luck. But then you would say,
well, I mean, I would say that
their
they're
own bad
like,
luck, and they're blaming the doll.
I mean, they're just looking for a pattern, yeah. Oh, and something to blame. For you know, everybody's got bad luck. Everybody has bad things. I mean, I would take anything associated with the Warrens with a grain of salt. Like, yeah,
but not just them, but other artifacts. I mean John Zaff has had that museum with the collectibles for you. Oh my goodness.
I'm not a fan of these like grifters.
When people call them and say I have an object and they're having experiences with it, so is the person who's putting themselves out there with this object part of the grift, or
I think people end up putting they end up continuing it by adding to it. Let's say people add to it, and they just keep they add to the energy, and potentially
that makes sense.
I don't think it's I don't think it necessarily began as
that was a part of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just
the belief in it.
Yeah, it's the belief in it that really. I mean, belief is everything. Honestly, it's one of the things I definitely would follow, is that the more you believe in something, the more real it is to you, at the very least. But I think there becomes a level of where it may take root within objective reality then as well. So instead of just being subjective, but
okay. But then there are,
and that would be magic. That would be,
and you believe in magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you practice magic, so. Or
yeah, no, exactly. No, but I think a lot of that is also just it's a focus of intention and putting it out there, and I think the same thing, and I mean, it's the same idea of these experiments and stuff that people do, like the what's the one where they created that ghost, the Philip experiment.
The what experiment?
Philip experiment.
I've never heard of this. That? Do tell.
I don't know enough about it offhand. Now I should have looked up. If I would have thought of this. It was a study that was done, I believe, in Canada at a university. I believe. Let me look it up really quick. But it's basically a group of people basically created a ghost.
How do they do that? Here we go. Servitor.
Yeah. It's basically a servitor type of thing. But
oops, nope, that's not the right one. You said the Philip Project, right?
Philip experiment.
Oh, I'm sitting here going, why am I getting a Christian International? Okay, Philip.
Yeah, it was that. No.
The Philip, what again?
Experiment.
Like the Philadelphia experiment, except it's the Phil. And this was done in the Philip experiment was a 1972 parapsychology study in Toronto, where participants attempted to create and communicate with a fictional ghost named Philip Aylesford.
There's a lot of videos and stuff on this you can find online. So
it said the goal was to explore whether a group of ordinary people could generate paranormal phenomena by focusing on a completely fictional character, testing the idea that ghosts could be created by human expectation and thought energy rather than being actual spirits. But what I will say that just jumped into my head is whether or not that's an actual spirit being, it's still energy. Spirit is energy. Human, we have energy, our energy. So again, any object or something. I mean,
it's a tulpa. It's a tulpa. You're 100% correct, Miss.
Or it could be an entity saying that he's Philip.
Or that.
Just lying or kidding, joking around.
Joshing around.
Exactly. I mean, there had to be there had to have been some sort of oh my goodness, they really went into the creation. 17th century Englishman. They gave him a life story, including aristocratic background, military service, a tragic love affair with a Romani woman accused of witchcraft, and a suicide at age 30. So the group even drew a portrait. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
And we got actually some comments because, who knows that energy might have been coming through. This is the thing, though. We never know if when people get ideas like this and they start tapping in the creative part of their brains, that is part of our psychic ability as well, our artistic imagination, all that is required, for magic. And so if they're opening up, how do we not know that they're not actually connecting, or source isn't connecting to them to bring this entity, this energy to, this individual to, you know what I mean? It's kind of.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But
how I'm thinking about it.
I mean, it's possible, but I mean, there would probably be some proof of their existence if that's what you're, So I would think that it's more likely that it was made up. That would be the route that I would go, as they were intending.
Made up, but then at some point, how do we know that there wasn't some sort of, because they were tapping into that some element of some entity or spiritual energy was, brought in, or this was possibly.
I mean, that's where I feel like it comes from your belief system of what you're willing to follow and go along with. Like, that's not something that I would believe, but I still have a hard time believing in real separate entities.
Isn't a tulpa though? Can't they? If people believe a tulpa. Now, if someone, backtracking a little bit, watching the Dead Files, I've always liked Amy and I've always liked Cindy Kaza. To me, they're very, in my opinion, very respectable mediums. And Amy would say that a lot of times that a person's energy is what caused like a poltergeist. It's an energy that from a person's own psyche, energy, trauma, or whatever it was, or their inability to be able to control their psychic abilities and gifts, would create an energetic being. But yet, if it got out of control where they weren't able to control it because of that uncontrollable energy that was coming from them, if I'm not confusing people, that the entity actually took on its own personality, took on its own self, became of self. So they actually created an actual spirit, so to speak. Not a soul necessary, but still obviously a conscientious entity. So that's kind of mind-blowing if you think about it, that we talk about souls incarnating.
I mean, that's if you believe in a soul.
And my soul is Heather. Go ahead.
Is it though? Or is it just consciousness? I'm not a big. To me, there's a lot of baggage with the soul, but I get what you're saying.
I saw that.
Okay. Just want to make sure that you saw no Magus. I'm trying to get him to cut it.
Keep going, Shan. Keep going.
It's just that for me, which makes an interesting conversation is when it comes to the human soul, because you've been watching a lot of NDE videos as well. So if somebody is actually able to create and this is probably what your egregores are, or
I mean, it would be like it's the same basic concept. An egregore is a group thing, but
but an egregore can't take on a life of its own, a thought process of its own, like some of these entities that she had to deal with, because they became so strong that they required,
Who you talking about, the Dead Files people?
Yeah, that's one of the things that Amy would talk about, is how some people, because they weren't able to, especially with young children or even adults who kept repressing their psychic abilities and not wanting anything to do with them. And then if they had anything that, for them that was traumatic in their lives, adding to that, especially then if health was on. And so things build. And so this energy takes, a life form of its own, which ends up opening doors, showing itself as
Yeah.
shadow, you know what I mean? And for some of those cases, she said it got to the point where it was just so strong that it actually kind of almost like broke away from them and became an entity unto itself. So
Yeah, I
again,
mean, I've never actually seen the Dead Files, so I really don't know anything about them personally. But so I don't know what my thinking is on them. But I mean, I'm not a big fan of self-professed psychics, but you know.
Audra said, I can say that I was able to shake this big rain of keys at my mom's house and the TV turned on. I also found a handgun tucked under my dad's bed, and when I picked it up, wait a minute, I
Turned his
picked it,
TV on.
to an 80. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head, shaking a ring of keys, the TV would turn on. Huh. Yeah,
No.
that's interesting. That would have been cool. Audra, I'm going to try to remember that. That would be a show. I don't know if Tom would be interested or something I might do on a set, pull cards on something like that. I don't think that would be up your alley, pulling cards
I mean,
on
I
like,
don't like pulling cards on things like this. Not for any particular reason. It's just for me, it doesn't, because I don't have. I don't look at tarot in the same sense as like as you do. I look at it much more in a more psychological, I guess, sense. So I don't look at it as a psychic or tapping into a spirit or whatever. Which I know most people do. But so for me, reading on a topic like doesn't have the same impact, because I feel like all I'm doing is reinforcing my own biases in it.
interesting. So
I don't think I'm actually adding. I may be adding a new perspective to it, the same way I would be adding, like when I do a reading for myself or a reading for other people. I'm potentially reading, like maybe potentially looking at an aspect of it that you wouldn't have thought to look at, because we're adding in this element of randomness,
or a thought that we never had thought before that could open up possibilities that we didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I think that's coming from us, not from some woo-woo, but that's me.
So, but you do believe in psychic ability. I mean, psychic to be able to create magic. I mean, we have. Isn't what psychic ability to help do magic and ritual? Doesn't that tap in, do you think, into?
I don't think so.
Okay.
That's focusing intention. I don't know if it's yeah, I can agree with what Audra's saying there. It's electrical energy to some extent. I agree that's probably part of all this in itself. I don't know.
It's like splitting yourself. Ooh, that's interesting. Splitting oneself. So you're taking aspects of yourself and creating. Yeah. Wow, that's cool. Mm-hmm. She says, I've been studying chaos magic too much.
That'll do that. That'll do it to you.
This is fascinating, Moonlight. I really, I love when people come in and they just throw their ideas because it makes you think. That's
what it is. What you're looking at, Miss Moonlight. What books are you reading?
Saying to self-profess. Now, I believe in psychics. I've had a couple, not that many in my life, who were dead on with things with me. And, I wish I still had them in my life, but I know there are people who are capable of
I'm not saying that there's not.
But there are charlatans, people who kind of like
more
the mentalist.
well,
They,
I mean, the
they do
mentalist.
mentalist stuff. Yeah.
I mean, mentalism is the majority of what you're seeing with most psychics, but um, I think there are people that are very intuitive. I I I don't think I think the I mean, I know plenty of people in my life, and who have they and myself too had, like, the phone rings and you know who it is. All these things that, like, intuitive things that happen. I I stop when you start getting into when you start getting into all the different clairs and da 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 da, and, like, I don't know. I think there's people that make it a whole thing, and I don't know.
Maybe they're just trying to find ways how
Yeah,
to
they're trying to explain
express,
things. Yeah,
how, I mean, some people are like, I know stuff, but it's only when I hear,
yeah.
so that's understandable that someone would say, well, okay, that can be considered a clear audience. This is how this person receives messages. And then someone says, well, I see. So there's enough. So I don't know necessarily people are making things,
Well,
really up. It's
here's the
just,
difference that I would say. For me, it's not about receiving messages. I'm not receiving anything. I'm creating something.
So if I were, so if you were to say, Heather, I want you to see if you can contact my Aunt Josie, not
How'd you
thinking
know I
about
had an Aunt
anything right
Josie?
now. But and so if I were to give you a message, then let's say Shan is kind of like your mindset, and so what would my message be coming from, especially if it does resonate with you with things that how you know what I mean? It's like if I'm coming up with something and
It
I'm
would
giving
need to
that to
be.
you.
I feel like as humans, we are very trained, in our DNA and evolution of recognizing patterns and creating a relevancy to ourselves when necessary. And I think a lot of times, I think people are willing to make a lot of very odd logical leaps at times with things. I would have to receive a reading that was, like, extremely dead on with a very clear, like, message that would be unequivocally unequivocally linked to that dead person for me to truly believe. And even then I still wouldn't truly believe, because it's me.
I know. I was going to say, what are you talking about? Because then you're still going to doubt it.
Like something that person and you were the only two people that knew ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it would have to be said to me very clearly in
Yeah.
that same exact, because if you just said something to me that I then equated to that, then that's me putting my own, like,
Yeah.
Perception.
exactly. And then
Yeah.
perception is 100% reality. So, like, that's where it gets tricky, and that's why I think so many people, I'm not going to say there's people that fall for things on, like, like these, Long Island psychics, or whatever, these, like, mediums, like,
Yeah, you don't think she's all that hairspray? Something's got
that's what did it. That's what's pulling in all the messages.
hairspray. She needs the antenna.
But, like,
Like
I think there's, yeah, I mean, I think there's
Yeah.
people that fall for things, like, in that sense, but I think there's also people that, I mean, this too, that there's people that come to this community especially because they're looking for something. And the harder you're looking for something, the more you're going to make Oh boy.
So Allison says, I don't think we communicate.
I love this new Allison. I love the new Allison.
Where's my old Allison? Bring her back. No, just because I have done readings, where I feel drawn to pull cards for ancestral readings and stuff. I don't do them too often, but I do, and I've done a few, and some that wasn't even intentional. That someone said, no, that's, and they let me know they felt that was, that individual coming through. And so for me, that feels very real. So for me, that could be totally different for Allison. It could be totally different for you or anybody else. But
I mean,
for
that's
me,
what I'm saying. Like,
when
perception is
something
reality.
comes in that's not usual for me, something that is like, okay, where did this come from? And sometimes I might not even say it because I'm afraid to say anything because then people are going to, like this. And I'm like, no, this is something, I don't have them very often with a certain person coming through, but it has happened occasionally where it makes me really think about, okay, it's quite possible. So, and the Chaos Apple?
Yeah, I
Chaos.
haven't actually not
Oh,
read
these are the
any of
books.
those.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
those
was
are
trying
all
to figure out.
pretty newer one. I mean, the Chaos Magic just came out by Ivy Corbus and fairly recently, and This is Chaos is pretty new too.
The Chaos Apple sounds fascinating.
Peter Carroll, R.I.P. He just died a couple months ago. But yeah, no, I need to read that book. This is Chaos. It's a series of essays. So
now Audra says, I would think if we were able to go to her frequency like a radio, we could. And she was just referring to, Aunt Josie. I mean, I have an Aunt Josie. I just couldn't, for some reason, so I'm like, who knows, maybe Aunt Josie say,
so here's the thing.
my name.
I'm not gonna like poo-poo this idea at all, surprisingly, because I don't think you're
experience. Yeah,
I don't think you're wrong necessarily at all, because I do think you can, but I think it's, to me, I think that's something that's more in you than it is. I don't think you're actually contacting that person. I feel like you're tapping into the creation of that person, of the experiences that you have made of them and that's up here, I think.
But what if you're with somebody else though? I mean, how can you make up
something? I mean, maybe you're having a bond through that and that's what you're connecting. I just it just goes back to like the whole thing. Like, I don't like, this goes back to the whole ghost thing. I don't think ghosts, or what you're saying are ghosts, if they even exist, are formerly dead people, are formerly alive people. I don't think that. I truly don't believe that is the case. I think they may be something else completely entirely. They may be completely generated. I don't know. But I don't believe that they're actually the spirits of people.
Okay. Allison said, I feel the same way about getting readings about the dead. I had one reading that I know this person contacted with my mom, as I got some specific, obscure details. So I think there are some people out there who are,
I mean,
real deal.
Depends on what you mean by real deal, but yeah, I mean, like, it still doesn't mean that they're tapping into that. They could be just tapping into you and your memory of that person. Like, it doesn't mean they're tapping into that spirit.
Well, good evening, Miss Tara.
Hey, Miss Tara D.
How are you, sweetheart? Happy Pride Month. So, yes, again, happy Pride Month. So Miss Tara D, we're having a discussion again, kind of about spirit. We've kind of segued from one nuance into another, but Miss Tara D, do you believe that, I don't know, what would be the question? It's kind of like how we're talking about. So for Miss Tara D, for me, Art, do you think it's capable of speaking to a loved one on the other side through tarot? Or do you think that's only really able to be done when you have a true psychic ability to be able to speak with a loved one on the other side? And do you think we have a soul on the other side? Just a couple
Or
of.
now. Do you think you have a soul now? Would be my question. I don't think so.
Well, what's animating our bodies then right now? I mean, we're
a
not
bunch of
AI.
electrical firings in our head and
So we're
a lot of
basically
biology.
data. We're a robot.
I mean, a flesh and blood one, maybe. Yeah.
Who is Shan and Tom? I'm sorry. I saw the word Tome and I'm like Tome, but yeah, it's Miss Tarot D. She's kicking back and relaxing, saying hello to everyone in chat. And Miss Moonlight says,
It's so late for Miss Tarot D to be up. Are you out partying?
Uh-oh. I think ghosts are time overlaps and ley lines. Ley lines can add to, because it's an amplification of energy.
I mean, I used to be a pretty firm believer in the idea that, that there was this concept of like replaying energy kind of in a loop, for like non-interactive type haunting type experiences. So I, in some regard, do agree with you, Miss Moonlight.
Alrighty, and
I don't know if I still believe that, but that would be, but energy never dies. So yeah, I don't know.
It just transmutes into. And Allison says that's an interesting perspective, Tom.
Isn't it always, Allison?
I guess I'm on the fringe now. I'm gonna be left behind. Just kidding. Everyone's saying hello. If you're dead, you may be sad. Well, because Allison didn't. We just love how autocorrect, right, Tom?
It's always got interesting results, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Yes. So Ms. Miller says, "Good point, Tom. They could be mind reading."
Yeah, I mean this is my point. It's you have an internal bias that you want them to be talking to that person. You want to truly believe that person still exists in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
They may not. We don't know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
It might just be that's it. One day you're here and the next boom.
So we got some more comments. I love the conversation. Let's keep it going up, everybody. Excuse me. So Allison says, so you think it's possible when somebody is giving you a reading that they're actually tapping into reading and getting the information about the dead relative from whatever?
To me,
I don't know. I'm still learning.
To me, that's more realistic. That's more of a realistic possibility than them talking to a dead person.
What are your thoughts?
Shan hates the tarot, so
you're kind of.
I don't know if I should.
No, well, we all have different.
You're amongst friends, Shan.
Well, in our house, when I was growing up, we had stuff appear that was never there before, and stuff would disappear that we had. My grandmother would say, "Don't worry, it'll show up," or "Don't worry, it'll disappear," in a few days or something like that. And she wasn't worried about it.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if.
But what do you think that was? What do you think that was?
Well, this is why I didn't want to talk about it, because it goes back to the orb thing again, and the ley lines and the electromagnetivity and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I do believe that somebody wished it to be there for our family, and that's why it appeared. Also because of the other collections, the antique collections that we had around, they figured it might have been nice, so they just kind of placed it there.
Yeah.
For us, And we could say it's a brownie that does it, or a pixie.
Well,
or,
that was going to be my point. That's exactly where I was going to go. Like, because what makes it any different from being the Fae? A brownie,
or
anything.
Is it all the same thing, but we see it
Shan's in the unified theory. Okay.
Yeah, the unified orb spirit.
Told you he's been watching all these videos.
I mean, I would say I lean more towards that too, especially when it comes to the whole scale of high strangeness. I think a lot of it is I don't know what's happening. I don't discredit like people are experiencing these things because so many people have these weird experiences, but we don't know. Like it's whatever it is could be taking on these forms, like a Bigfoot form or a alien. Like, I mean, you look at the way, and these things all do trend into certain things, like, aliens are now big-headed with like big eyes and
that's what you saw.
grays.
Yeah. Well, this was the thing behind Disclosure Day too, is they had all these animals in this girl's room, but the animal turns around. It goes over to the side of the animal and it turns out to be an alien. Now, this is the thing. It's quite possible that the alien is a Bigfoot, is a deer, is an orb, just a
different aspects of the same thing.
Yeah, an energetic entity that can morph, that can change into these things.
Heather hates her life right now.
No, I'm listening, and it's mind-boggling how all these possibilities, they all can be real. I mean, every possibility.
Yes, this is my point.
And so you really can't say poo-poo then on anything because we don't know. We are only going by.
Now, are you understanding why I never like try to fully commit to anything? Because it's hard to say when you and I don't trust when anybody says anything definitively about any of this stuff because they're lying. They may believe what they're saying, but they're still lying because they don't actually know. They're saying they know, but they don't.
But they know nobody actually has. It's not lying if it's something that they experience truly for themselves. I mean,
they're not speaking. They may be speaking their truth.
I'm going to tell them this is what I saw. Though it didn't really happen, but if something did say they saw what happened, and they're going to be like, "Well, I believe it. This is the truth because this is what I saw. This is what I experienced." I was there. I was a part of the interaction. I know. For me, that was very much real. But I just want to get, because Miss Tarot D is joining the conversation with us. And Miss Tarot D said, well, tarot are pieces of paper. Yep. We are the magic or the conduit.
Much like a Ouija board.
There we go. Yeah, there you go.
And so when you sit with the cards, all you are doing is opening yourself to receive messages. It doesn't make a difference what tools. Or difference. Yeah,
I agree with what you're saying on the book, except for the received part. But yes, I agree. I mean, it's the tools are ruinary. Like I've seen Robin at Toadstool do a really amazing reading with just rocks. Like rocks that he's found outside. Like
cool. I like Robin.
There's just like you could use anything. Because
they're focusing.
Yeah, it's a tool to help you focus your intention.
Yeah,
like anything else.
So for me, a ghost is real. A spirit is real, even though you may not have seen one or experienced one.
I've experienced and I've seen. I still don't think it's a ghost. I don't think it's a formally alive person.
I never heard about that. Well, you got to tell me that.
I saw my aunt. And I know it was my aunt. So, but go ahead.
I want to hear.
I've seen.
Where?
I've seen things. At a friend's house, I've seen things. We talked about this before in the past, like where I've seen forms. A dark.
And he's even seen a shadow in Allison's place.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. So exactly. Yeah. I guess in the bedroom. By the dresser, yes. So I've seen.
So what's it going to take to make you believe, though?
I'm not saying that
Or
they
you
don't
never
exist. I
will?
just don't think it's like you have a belief that it's a person or something,
Sometimes it can be, and sometimes it could be an elemental or something else. But
or it could be anything
I
at all
want
times.
experience, especially when it's evil and this thing is putting its nails into my neck as a child,
Yeah.
terrorizing me. That is very real. I didn't create that. This was very real.
I'm not saying realness, or just because you potentially created something doesn't mean it's not real.
True. Here's the thing.
But I didn't create that thing.
What if she did create it, but it was real at the same time? If
I mean,
everything, the Akashic Records, right, is like one big old data center, and it's got all the information on everybody at all time, and she picked something up, and the awareness, everything, decided to show it to her.
Through grabbing my neck with sharp nails at night while I was sleeping?
That too. It doesn't have to be all good.
I mean, this is a conversation probably for another time, but I mean, I would say that there's a potential that this could be something that was trauma informed, or
I knew he was going to go there.
But
I will say my sister, she can't, she's gone now too, but my sister validated for me, because my sister could see things more than her gift was I think even stronger than our mother's, and she wanted nothing to do with it. But she told me the one time when, I can't remember how old she was, but that same house with that upstairs, crawl space, she goes, a freaking black mist came out of that trap door and rushed her. So she said, sis, don't ever think you did not experience anything. She goes, I experienced something too. So, and it just wasn't like me or her. There were multiple other people, who would come over and hear the sounds upstairs, that would hear, you know what I mean? So, and I mean, and no one was told anything beforehand. This was all, so I don't know if I'm not.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Believe in, but this is the actual experiences that things that we've heard. When my sister said she saw a black mist rush her, I said it's the shadow. Yeah. So everybody was able to understand that and help her kind of articulate that. But again, her experience was being able to see stuff. Me, I was able to see once, but after that, it was just the feeling. But I just want to make share really quick, because Allison just recently lost her father, and she said, I saw something out of the corner of my eye in my living room the other day. Immediately I thought of my dad, but nothing else happened. But I definitely saw something peripheral. So again, what's the peripheral? Because I've heard some people say our peripheral is the area of our brain that's the most is part of the psychic connection, and that's where, when we're not necessarily looking, we're distracted, is where that opens up and we can see things move. What's your take on the peripheral?
Anybody that says that, I'm not gonna.
Okay, well, Allison, moving on.
I mean, that's just like, no. I mean, think about the amount of information that your eyes are taking in on it every nanosecond, and how little of it we're actually processing. I mean, it's we're filtering out so much stuff anyway.
And Irene says that's why I came back to this stuff when she lost her daughter Johanna. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely I mean, I think a lot of people in this are searching for things for a variety of different reasons. But what I was going to say, like, to just backtrack slightly, Heather, it's like what people say about like poltergeist activity, that it's a lot of times it's something that is potentially created by the people in the house that are there, and it's like the energy. Now, was it something that's being drawn in? Is it being something that's being manifested? I don't know, but
Miss
but
Moonlight.
I think people immediately just always go to like, oh, it's a demon, or oh, it's a like
whole demon
a
thing.
ghost, or oh, this is my dead uncle so and so, or whatever, and that's you implanting your like belief system into it, and that's not necessarily true. If you get what I'm saying. But
Yeah. Well, a demon is just a spirit that's doing something that we perceive as bad.
Well,
I mean, if the demon
not
did something
necessarily
good,
bad, but
we
yeah.
didn't actually see the demon, we would think it's an angel.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
wow.
it's all perspective.
Yeah.
See that coming. Okay.
Or it could be a demon doing
Heather's like,
good
why
things
did I do
to
this?
mess somebody up. Or it could be an angel doing something bad to teach you a lesson.
Well, I don't know. We've seen enough stories where people have experienced stuff that was bad.
Yeah.
The smells that that's going to be another whole show. I'm like having to call in exorcisms and possessions and things and stuff of that nature. But Miss Moonlight said, I lived in a house and I thought I saw a ghost. And years later, the new tenant described the same thing, like watching a movie clip. No interactive haunting. Yeah. So that might have been residual.
Like residuals, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean...
and then Allison is.
I do think that that's a possibility for in some cases, and like what the reason would be, I don't know. Is it like mineral deposits in the area? Is it trauma? Is it energy? I don't know. Like what has created that?
Miss Tarot D, the way angels are described in the book of Enoch, they sound scary.
That's kind of like
scary demons.
That's kind of like what the Ethiopian Bible's depiction of Jesus is too.
Yeah,
actually, he's not quite the friendly looking, in appearance that we think. I mean, he can be, but if he took his true form, it'd be terrifying, just like any other, divine being.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I gotta go back up a little bit. Oh, that really jumped me ahead. Let's see. Oh, geez. This is what I'm talking about StreamYard, so give me a second. When I went to go click, it just sent me all the way to it, completely bypassed everybody's comments. Oh my God, what the hell? And that far behind. So Shelby, no, we saw Shelby. Okay, so Audra, I too telepathically, or what it is, connect with my sister and also with Anthony on the regular.
Oh, that was a while ago. Yeah, okay. You were that far back, yeah.
So did you hear about the booms on the East?
I did
Coast?
not.
Did you hear it, Tom?
No.
In Massachusetts.
When was this?
The booms.
On the East
Coast. What's SC?
South Carolina.
Yeah, okay. That would be...
People have been hearing booms.
I don't know why. Yeah, that's weird. That would be mass me.
And they were talking. That's right. They were talking about Jersey area too, I think.
Yeah.
Because
not by me. I didn't hear.
But you never mentioned anything. That was something we were going to ask.
I mean,
people's glass door shattered here.
I mean, there's so much noise all the time here where I live. It's a city, so.
Yes, right. There's like right butting up against New York City, part of Thomas. So, let's see. Right, Allison, I can be next to someone and sync up if we're both in a certain frequency. I've done that so many times. And so Miss Moonlight says, look up sonic boom. Miss Tarot D agreed about tarot and tools. Let's see, Shelby, do you mean the meteorite that came down? It landed in the ocean near Cape Cod. See, Shan watches TV all day, so he hears about this.
I watch TV so I can be aware.
There you go.
Yeah, 10 hours a day aware. Yes, Audrey, I've done it with others as well. Yep. So the syncing up. Yep. So let's see. It's wild when I'm in the flow. I could throw down cards and I will get so much information. Sometimes it blows my mind. I'm looking at the cards, but that's not actually where the message is coming from. Other times it's more subtle, much more. And let's see. And what was Tom doing in Allison's bedroom? Was he out? What, Tom, did you go out and get Allison some McDonald's too?
No.
What's up with that?
Oh, Tom knows.
Oh,
Shelby knows. Irene knows.
take him to a
I'm sorry.
I made a typo.
Take him
We'll
to the
leave it at
take him
that.
to the haunted. There wasn't Burger King. It was McDonald's, I think.
It was. It was McDonald's.
No, honey, no. I
He'll
told
explain
you.
it to you
I told you
off
the story, Allison. I do it frequently with specific people. Oh, do you, Audra? Just kidding. I found that it must be due to higher type frequency, not lower frequency people, or maybe I'm just not on theirs. Yeah, I mean, we all resonate on different levels. That's why some of us are able to pick up spirits, ghosts, energy more easily than other people who aren't, or don't have the same type of frequency. Like people with crystals, some people, crystals don't do a damn thing, but for others, they completely resonate with them and it helps them. So I really think,
but is that belief or not?
Well, it's an energy. It's an energetic energy. So
I mean, I don't buy into the frequency thing, but yeah, I mean, I feel like the high low frequency thing is a bad slippery class based slope to be on.
But that's I know that I kind of had a feeling that's where you're going to go with that. But for me, I'm not saying one's higher or lower is bad or good. For me, it's just there are just different frequency levels. Just because one might be a higher compared to a lower doesn't mean that's why I want to stay. Doesn't mean one is better than the other. For me, it's just that we have different frequency levels. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down, sometimes we stay in the middle, and sometimes they're permanent. We don't, you know what I mean? It's not having, but I understand because Tom's right. There are some things in the woo community where people talk about, well, unless you're elevating for 5D, you're,
Nothing.
Oh, if you're not elevating to a 5D, if you're a 3D, well, then you're being left behind. And we're going, no, again, it's, we're always learning. We're always moving up and down, connecting. I mean, it's, and I know I'm probably far behind again on chat. So
Tarot D's leaving.
Bye, Miss Tarot D. We love you. Thank you for participating. As far as we know, but there may not even be Akashic records.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a collective unconscious guy because.
Well, that's just the
That's
box
the same thing, though.
That's an ancient box that put it in to describe the same thing. I think it's just
sort of the same. Yeah.
It's everything. It's God. It's because it's the one.
He was saying it with a lowercase g, Heather.
Yeah,
I know.
The
Great
source.
spirit source. I don't believe someone can read my records just because I get picked for reading. I like to think my records have a better security system. But still, though, you go and you get permission. So if someone comes to me and says, well, I would like to do an account, whether I go to ask for one, well, yeah, for me, it's, or if someone were even say, well, I would have to be able to give that permission. So I would like to think that I'm part of that security, but I totally get what you mean, Miss Millie, because, if, some of the things that in description is that when we do certain readings, like, how I say, I won't do a third party, I won't do, but if spirit is trying to get a message for me, if spirit is trying to get a message through, or there's a message that needs to be heard that's going to require some of that, that's going to be it's basically kind of like what the spirit realm will consider what is considered allowable. There are certain things that my spirit team, I still am not allowed to know. There are times when I have to give permission. Like there are times when I go into some, and they'll say, well, I pulled a card for you. I'm like, I didn't ask for, you know what I mean? So, but I think a lot of times when we do certain readings, if a certain message is permissible to come through, especially if it bumps up against our ethics and how we read, then those certain moments are allowable. And so that's where it comes with the security system, what, spirits, our team deems is safe, and what our higher selves and what we feel safe with, if that makes sense. And just really quick, Shan said you got to look at this. I'm coming back to check out on spirit, and then he will be okay.
And I responded.
Uh-oh. So I hope I wasn't deal. Oh my God. So I am so far behind Howard the doggies. Instead of shaving the spirit, I think changing the color to purple would be cooler. Yeah, that I love that picture I used for Tom for our thumbnails. That purple light that was bouncing off. It just very cool.
Blue. That was blue.
No, now it's blue. Well, the one I have was purple.
Yeah,
so
I changed my
let's
light.
see. Peripheral is the vision from the side of your eye.
Yeah,
yep.
From the whites.
Yep. Can we dye it pink? It will bring out the color in his eyes, or it'll bring out his eyes.
Good.
I see rainbows in my peripheral vision. Guys, you got to understand, keeping up with chat and trying to it can be tough. I love that everybody is here. Everyone lost for Allison. I think it's psychic energy as opposed to poltergeist activity. Let's see. Well, I think us lefties have really good peripheral vision. As a kid, my teacher would try to make me put writing paper straight, not sideways when I wrote. I learned fast to keep a watch. Okay. You're a lefty too. You're a southpaw.
Nope.
I thought you said you're a southpaw. Oh, Michael was? I thought you were. Nope. I think we can implant what we want, what we don't want, what we love, what we fear, etc. Ooh, I like that. What if sleep has no time, and when we go to sleep, we visit other timelines and show up as ghosts? Well, that's interesting. Food for thought on that one, Tom.
My dad.
I mean, it's as good a theory as any other.
Man, I'm so far behind you guys. Well, I know a lot of y'all are being able to read chat as everyone's talking. So, okay, but weren't angels used to be demons, or did we already discuss that? Just in passing, Shan had brought up a comment about, what if, an angel, some is teaching somebody a lesson and then they're perceived as a demon, and then how they used to look initially in the book of Enoch. Someone brought that up. Google it. I think that's what. And Irene's like, we know. Yes. Good night, Mr. O.D. Sweet dreams. I think crystals are the same situation. Okay, so we're going to skip the fluffy Burger King thing. Yes, we do. What we do right now. Yes, we do. What? I'm lost. But okay.
Allison said we buy into nonsense. We just buy into nonsense, and I said, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Nonsense helps with lowering stress.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of nonsense.
Yeah, I agree with that, Heather. We are all on different energies at different times in our lives. We don't always hit the same stoplight on red.
No.
So that's right. Shelby's going. She's probably gone already. Bye, Shelby. Enjoy Salem.
Bye, Shelby.
Lucky you. I think you wave your magic wand and you say the secret password, and then they can look at your records. Now I got that Lady Gaga song in my head. Abracadabra.
Well, talking about the Akashic records, I've been watching all the near-death experiences and people coming back. And they say they always see their life story in front of them, whether it be on a Rolodex type, kind of like movie clips going by or something like that. Even the bad ones, and they don't get judged. They just get seen, and then they pop back in the body. So I don't know if it doesn't matter what temperament you were or what your actions were during life, it's still viewed the same way, and you're kind of kept in a I don't know. They always describe being in a loving environment.
Well, I mean, not everybody describes that, but I've seen other people describe other things as well. But I mean, I still think NDEs are just a chemical reaction.
Might be.
Didn't some of these doctors think the same thing too?
Yeah. But there was one guy that said all he experienced was being in the dark dirt.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
seriously. And then he came back, but he wasn't actually underground, but he felt like he was.
Yeah.
That's odd.
Tom, have you ever had a near death? Didn't you share a story, something like that with us?
I had an experience where it was a kind of a forced OBE, like a forced out of body. I was in a crowd on the 4th of July watching the fireworks or something, and
wow,
somebody threw an M80 like into the into the crowd near us.
What?
And it jolted me, and I remember watching myself run, like floating above.
I had the same kind of experience.
Yeah.
So
when I was a kid, I was running between a tardy bell trying to get to another building for a class, and I was trying to jump out of somebody's way, and I ran right into the wall and smacked my head. Ooh. And I saw my body hit the ground. I stayed there, but when I was in a lot of pain, just numb, or not feeling pain or something to it, but it was just numb, and my body was down on the ground. And
finally, so what do you call that?
What he said? No, an out of body experience, but it's forced like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're seeing yourself,
that's out of body experience.
Then that's the soul. That's your soul.
Not necessarily. No, that's you putting your framework on it.
So
that's not necessarily soul.
So what did you think that was? You looking at yourself?
Well, one, it could just be your body creating a way to separate yourself from the trauma. So
like disassociation?
Yeah, disassociation. It could be like what are you getting upset with? Because
no, I'm just like,
this is a training that you're kind of going through right now. You should know very much about it.
But if it's happening in real time, I mean, how do you explain that? You're standing up. You're seeing your
bodies
body.
are amazing things.
Maybe it's just the length of the silver cord. Maybe you only go out so far and then it yanks you back. But if you stay out there and your cord gets severed, then you're gone.
Now, Irene says I flatlined.
Yeah.
So sorry. Irene says I flatlined giving birth to my first baby. I ended up looking down on what was going on. And people who do that, they can hear exactly what everybody is saying.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So how are they seeing that? If you think they're still in there, I mean, this is what
it's
I
perception. How are you seeing dreams? How are you seeing, how are you thinking about an apple and seeing an apple? Like you're seeing things. Your brain creates these things. Your body can still be functioning. You can still be hearing things in the room.
But how can you be looking down on something if it's just your brain firing away?
Because you're taking in all this data of what's happening, whether it's visually or auditorily or anything else, and your mind is creating. I mean, honestly, everything. Reality is we can get into like real conceptual stuff here, where when you go to touch a desk, you're not really touching that desk, You're just a bunch of molecules. Come on.
Touching other molecules.
Yeah, we're all just bouncing upon each other, in different ways. So it's all it. Yeah, this is why I say nothing's definitive. Everything's true and nothing's true. It's
I had an out of body, Jan says. I woke up during surgery, but then I realized I wasn't in my body. I was looking down.
Trauma response.
Far up.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
you can click on that. And funnily, I saw the silver cord soon after, but that night, soon after that night, but it was actually milk squirting from my boob reflecting.
In the moonlight.
it's the best kind of silver cord, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, Irene, we needed that.
Reflecting.
That was great.
But I mean, I've had at least one out of body that I do remember, and that's when I almost drowned when I was a child. My mom left me alone in my
you outside yourself, or
and I was trying to show her I could get out of the pool, and I flipped over, and I had to have been about I think 5 or 6, if that. And I remember seeing myself floating down in the water, but I wasn't scared or anything. It was very peaceful. So
But you're still in your own body, right?
I don't know. I saw myself outside of it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
okay.
I saw myself floating. I mean, that's all I mean, this was when I was a kid, so I don't remember the rest of everything that happened, but it was so ingrained in me that I remember seeing myself just slowly floating down, and there was like no fear or anything, maybe because the body Heather could see the spirit Heather and we knew that we were okay. I don't know, but it was just a very calm floating down. And then I learned later that my brother jumped in and got me out in time. And, so that was, let's see, I didn't die during surgery though, thank God. And then I got an geez. Maybe this was it, Audra. I may have had two almost deaths. I was like 10 in 1. I was alone when I tried to do a backflip into a pool and blacked out.
Bad idea when you're alone. Yeah.
I only remember feeling pulled to the surface and woke up. No more backflips. And then you had that experience.
Drowning?
Drowning.
I think that was like a near death because I was still in my body and it was just dark and I could hear like muffled radio music, like symphonic stuff, real low, just barely audible. And then when I came to, I was up on a cut bank, out in the middle of nowhere, nobody around for.
And he doesn't know how he got there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you said you felt someone pull you out.
No.
Oh, you don't even remember being pulled out?
I don't remember being pulled out.
So was that a trauma in our brain where we still were able to get out that repressed that and you can't remember? Or
so my brain kind of blacked out, but I went through the actions of getting out of the water and up on the bank.
Or waves pushed you up. I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe the adrenaline was really going.
I don't know, but I know some people say that when they go under when people are put under anesthesia, you get knocked right out. But people are, like my cousin told me, they will have conversations with people while they're under anesthesia and they don't even remember it. That's scary. That's scary to me because you have no idea, no memory of saying or having a conversation. Okay. Have you read Yun's Red Book? No, I've been wanting to read that too.
I mean, I've read like parts of it, but not the whole thing.
So
I need a copy.
Whew. So coming up for air.
What's the Red Book?
What is the Red Book?
So Jung created it's quite beautiful. You should pull it up for Heather to show some of the pictures. You'll want one, but it's very expensive. So Carl Jung was he was very much kind of into spirituality in a way, but he was very hush hush about it most times. I mean, a lot of his concepts that he like synchronicity and the collective unconscious, things like that, they all kind of play into this all but he was very hush hush about it. And then post like after he died. This only was published like in the last well, that's the I think that's the
this is the reader's edition.
the reader's edition.
That's 32, but they have one here for
it's like
$299.
Yeah, if you could look at the pictures in it, it's beautiful.
But it's German though, so you wouldn't be able to. What's the point if you can't?
Well, I think it's got translations in it too. But it's oh God, what's the word? What's the word I'm thinking of? When they did the Bible text in the monks.
Paraphrase?
What was it that you said?
Paraphrasing?
No. When they would do the drawings and like everything in the
illustrated.
No, there's a certain word. What's the word I'm thinking of? Illuminate, like the illuminated type.
Oh, okay.
Of drawings, like that kind of thing.
Oh, like what's his name? The Kincaid. Illuminated.
Oh, Jesus.
Not like
not like Kincaid.
Okay.
Kincaid.
Kincaid. Yeah, he's the one that paints and it's all lit up, kind of.
Yeah, no, not. That's not what I mean by illuminated. The biblical like stuff where it's I think it's
annotated. No,
it's illuminated is the word, but regardless, we're going down a path that doesn't need to go down. But yeah, I mean, I haven't read it, so I have to but it only came out within the last 20 years. I think it was only released, so
it's relatively
it's not something he wanted to release at the time.
I made a bet with.
Why do I be so spendy?
I don't. Any idea why?
It's big and it's
all
color art, and it's just a probably very niche too. I don't know. It's more.
So it's like a tabletop book.
Well, I find that I'm interested in
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because Young was very much on the side of in depth. Because I just got a book called The Psychology of Tarot, and they discuss his in depth psychology and how tarot, and how he was part of the archetypes and stuff. Where Freud was all about
Yeah, I mean that's
was more spiritual. Yeah,
it was definitely more spiritual, but it was
illuminated.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
that's what I said.
I'm sorry. I just saw. I've been trying to keep up with chat, and I didn't hear it. So sorry. You know how fast chat. Oh no, you've never done a live show, have you? You don't know how fast chat goes, right?
I hosted a chat live show now.
Yeah,
but
so it's hard to keep up sometimes.
You just ignore them. You don't have to read every message.
Well, I don't want people to feel left out. We might miss a good tidbit. So
you could miss a good tidbit. I agree, but
charades, Tom, sounds like
a word that sounds like. Yeah.
I'm lost. Okay.
The illuminated manuscript. That's the term that I was trying to think of.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds neat.
We might have to save up and get that. Yeah. And then we can go, Tom, look what we got. That's
crazy. Every always, I'm constantly I need to order one. And then I end up buying other books. But
so the cheaper ones, they're not going to have information in them, and
it has all the information. It has commentary, if I remember, by oh God, what's his name? The one of the world scholar on him. I forgot his name.
Let's see. It says here in medical psychoanalysis by Sohu, excuse me, Sonu Shamdasani.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful.
That guy?
Sonu Shamdasani. There we go. But that one's only $32 compared to
it's like the portable version of it or whatever, but I think it's it's got all the information. I just don't, it doesn't have all the
pretty pictures.
Oh, it doesn't have the glitz.
Yeah, I think it has some of it, but not, I don't think it's full.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's got all the information.
Well, why don't we get the cheaper version first, then we'll see if we want to go for the tabletop humongous artwork.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's very, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's one of the things that I'm like missing in my collection. Definitely, I'm missing that and the I need a good edition of
Yeah, you got quite
the
a.
Manly P. Hall book,
When I say expensive,
Oh,
who?
yes, that's just like
The Secret
R.C.
Teaching. Yeah,
Yeah, along the same lines too.
yeah, yeah. Similar. Yeah,
Affiliated, yeah, pseudonym for, so, you know.
that is true, Jan. I think you're right.
I think the clerics did illuminations when they made a
It's also when
lotus.
they got a little naughty sometimes too.
Ew, naughty. Like going to McDonald's?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Iron Horse. Luckily, mine was a tubal. Tubal, and I feel, yeah, open heart. My God,
Ooh.
Dan, I don't even want to. Let's see. She also said the drawings are called illuminations, and the actual texts are called illuminated
Thank you.
manuscript or books,
Yeah.
like from back in the day. And Audra, let's see. Audra said my surgery was with a drug called, yeah, succinct. Yeah, choline, something like that. Some people don't process it. You feel, hear, and understand,
Oh,
but can't move. Oh, that's like the movie that Hayden Christian was in when they put him under, and because he was having open heart surgery, and when they started cutting him, he's like, "Oh boy, that's awfully cold." He goes, "When I wonder when they're
oh
going to do that,"
man.
and then they're starting to, and yeah, that movie. Oh, I can't. Nope, 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 nope.
No,
So,
thank you.
That's, they say it's rare, but that does happen to people. I just can't remember what the name of it is. But anywho, we are at 8:28, so we've been on for an hour and a half. Um, Anything that we haven't, you know, did a bit of banter about? Anything more we can banter about? Um, let's see. So Miss Moonlight still bringing up some book titles. I've been deep diving The Law of Assumption by Neville Goddard.
If that's what I think it
The
is,
Law of
let
Assumption.
me Google it really quick because I'm pretty sure I know what that is, but I'm not.
That is just
Yeah,
hard.
consciousness is the only true reality. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's what that's about. That us being this is the only, and once this is that's off, that's it.
If you the belief becomes reality. Kind of what I was saying earlier, like that there's like, that if I remember correctly, I could be wrong because it's been a long time for me. But if you believe something, it'll become part of objective reality. I think. Right? Am I close, Miss Moonlight? I'm not sure.
So if I believe that the earth is flat, then in my objective reality it's flat.
Don't tell me you're a flat earther.
Oh hell no. I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay. And Shan's being very quiet.
Well,
he doesn't.
All you have to do is go out in space and put a drop of water in the cabin, and you see it turns around. I mean, how much proof do you need?
There you go.
It's called science.
Yeah, it's called science, physics, and
Miss Moonlight says yes, and Jan says quantum physics. We create our reality.
Yes.
This is true too. Yeah. So if the whole world believed that the world was flat, maybe it could become that way. Yeah.
Maybe. Although, maybe. Yeah. I think I'd be very
disappointed.
That would be a very amazing thing. But then, like, the question is are we just jumping timelines or dimensions?
Yeah, that's what makes my brain hurt, is when people talk about what we are constantly living in multiple timelines, and Heather's doing something that, this Heather, I mean, to me, that just makes no sense to me. it's like a theory that's
Oh yeah,
possible.
I mean it's
but
theory. Yeah.
Well, if
it's
you
mixed.
looked at Heather like a particle, and you had all these events, I mean, like a piece of Bitcoin, right, or a whole Bitcoin, it
Mhm.
never gets
I'm a Bitcoin.
used up because you always keep on dividing it into for eternity.
I'm
That's what
eternal.
they said. Yeah,
I'm immortal.
You're eternal. Well, you are anyway. You know, everybody's divine.
We all are.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you could go any
Allison,
direction.
I don't have to be a law of disagreement if people would
I'm
just
gonna write a
agree
book
with
called-
me. If people would
All
just
right.
catch up.
God, could you imagine if she was on here right now with us? She'd be like, Tom.
She's agreeing more with me than she is with you these days, is all I'm gonna say.
Well, then she
doesn't
do
want to
a
admit
show
it.
with you on your channel when you go live. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just picking on you.
That's what we'll do. We'll start a Saturday show on her. We'll eat steak,
And then see if Heather gets invited.
We'll have a steak night
hold on a
and
second.
talk about philosophy.
Let's see. I could talk about philosophy. I've got this book, and it's called Color Meditation by Kees Veenman. And unfortunately, they didn't put much, to read through the book. So they're putting some of Christ and Bible in here a little bit, but they're going by now his name. I couldn't figure out how to pronounce his name, but when I looked at it, it was like, what? But it's Goethe, Goethe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, that's Goethe. I was thinking Goeth or Goth or something like that. But anyway, him and Steiner, and I guess they're supposed to be philosophical. And man, this is taking me a while to kind of read and reread, but I'm determined. I can do philosophy. Let's see. How about? Well, first of all, quantum immortality is horrific.
And you know this. Well, how?
Immortality. I don't know. I thought I'd find it interesting to be immortal, but actually, maybe it will be the law of disbelief. The
law of never nailing down a belief. Because I equally believe and disbelieve at the same time.
Elle says, I can't get down with the whole everything's at the same timeline or blah, blah. You're also going blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I got something.
Whatever.
I mean, it's very possible though, because we're creating this on our own.
Yeah.
Like,
so we're supposed to have 4 forms of aliens, right? You got the Greys, you got the Nordics, or the what do you call those guys? The Arturians from Pleiades or something like that, and the
All right, now we're touching on
the Argonians, the lizard people,
the reptiles.
Oh, and the insectoid. That's the 4th one. I couldn't remember what that was. Like the praying mantis dudes. Yeah. So, what if those aren't actually aliens, but what we are going to become if we don't fix things?
I mean, it's just as good as a theory. As an extraterrestrial.
Yeah,
because I think Tom doesn't believe in extraterrestrials, more internal. Like,
I mean,
terrestrial isn't coming from inside, right?
Yeah. I'm thinking more ultra terrestrial or
ultra. Could think of the word
dimensional time. That's what I'm thinking. This is us in time.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, to me, that's more realistic than extraterrestrial.
And they could be an evolutionary result of things that we do now to our Garden of Eden, which is the whole Earth.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's possible. I honestly don't know. This is where the whole high strangeness thing kind of comes in, where I feel like to some extent the unified theory kind of plays in here, and I don't know. I just don't know.
Just think of possibilities. That's it.
There's so many possibilities, and I
Yeah.
feel like everybody wants to lock in on something, and there's not enough information to.
Yeah, true.
And Shan says, well, if a particle can be in two places at the same time, then timelines make sense.
Oh, the spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Quantum.
the quantum. Yeah, that's what we're.
Mhm. So what do you think about them trying to push 6G now?
I don't know anything about that, to be
Oh,
honest.
well, it's a new thing. I just saw it on TV. I saw it on TV.
As seen on TV.
Well, they're saying,
1999.
the Van Allen belt is responsible for of everything. How we're made, how every creature's made, plants, whatever. Because if that belt wasn't there, we would definitely be different.
So definitely. I mean, that's the thing. That's the point of everything on this earth. If it was slightly different, we would all be greatly different.
Yeah. But did you know we got a second belt that we created by using all this electrical stuff?
I mean, that makes sense. That would make sense.
Because that's what I see when I see those big thunderstorms and none of the lightning's hitting down, it's hitting up instead. And just firing off rapid fire. I'm wondering if it's bouncing against that layer that we created.
I don't see why not.
That would be really odd.
Yeah,
above my pay grade.
well, that was interesting when Shan brought that up, because I know that you mentioned that you work for a company that works with AI and different technologies. So having that insight into seeing what you're working with and how that would go with what he just brought and stuff. So when he mentioned that, I was like, oh, you might have. I thought to myself, he might have some sort of.
No, I mean,
a lot that is affecting our weather, though, and how we feel, and all this electromagnetic energy is.
Yeah. So you think that the weather would change, the climate would change even more and be more accelerated if we do go to 6G?
I don't know. I don't know enough about it, to be honest with you. But I mean, we definitely have some impact. So, I mean, the choices we make definitely play into some of that, I would think. But
Yeah, like what Audra said, like kids in a school, we're all working on different lesson plans, even though we have the same teacher and are in the same classes. True. Just have them at different periods. We are there at the same time. Interesting. And she wants to work with AI. Ooh, now this is a different take compared to a lot of conversations people are having about AI.
Moonlight's going to get herself in trouble in the tarot community.
Speaking of unification, what would happen if they had all the data centers connected with each other?
I mean,
then
we're screwed.
Yeah, it would become one intelligent mass entity.
I mean, I think that the thing that I would say is that AI is not as intelligent as it likes to portray itself as being. But
AI? Okay. No, I'm lost. Be quiet, Heather.
Yeah. Well,
the data centers you're talking about. So then that's what's processing the AI.
But if it's AI related and it can form its own theories, what's to say that if it got linked up, it would develop its own?
When it gets to that point, yes, we're screwed.
Yeah.
We're not there. But
or if just one building can do that.
Miss Moonlight said, Tom, if you work with AI, will you tell my future overlords that I will fight for their rights?
I don't work for an AI company, but I work for a company that does.
Well, that's I hope I didn't misjudge.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah,
so, as a tool.
It's a tool.
Yeah,
it's a tool that we use. Great,
so,
but it's not. I don't work for an AI company, so don't.
No, I slipped, so my bad. But okay. Sorry. How egotistical is it to think that in this entire universe, Earth has the only life forms? That's just silly. I agree.
I agree with that, but my argument, because I do agree with that statement, my argument would be that this is, we're talking infinity here, and to be the egotistical part in my perspective is that we would think that this is happening at the same time as we're existing in a place that is measurable enough for somebody of a greater intelligence could find us at the same time that we happen to, because we're a tiny little nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And to think that
we're a particle.
Yeah, and it's just a blip in time, like in the timeline, which it's like a nano speck of anything, like. So it's egotistical to think that that's all happening at like while we happen to be here.
Yeah,
in my opinion. But so that's why I don't believe in extraterrestrials in that sense. So I look at it because I agree with what you're saying. We're not going to be the only life. I'm sure there was life before. I'm sure there's life. There will be life after us. Exactly. We will make great pets. It's not Jane's addiction. It's born of papyrus. But yes.
Oh, that's one kind of thing too. That if there's life out there, I just don't think that we're worth watching.
Actually, I mean, they're probably watching this waiting for us to see when we blow ourselves up.
But that's what Jan just said. I think our planet has been knocked back to the Stone Age more than once, mostly due
it's possible. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to get into the whole melted buildings, rock formation thing, because that I think is a bunch of hooey. But
rock
I do
formations.
Oh yeah, Shan will tell you about that. I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's. I'm sure he's seen the videos and stuff about.
Oh, you're talking about people that believe the Baltic Sea Millennium Falcon thing.
Yeah, that looks like the Millennium Falcon. That's cool though. You have to admit that underwater thing looks like the Falcon. Now that I'm thinking to myself, well, George Lucas could very well, like with Gene Roddenberry, had been in touch with, psychic, I mean, a lot of the things that they end up discussing and talking about and it has been popping up through culture, or not in culture, but things that they have, of culture has been actually, in some form or another, like with the thing with the Falcon or the Baltic thing, anomaly. No. Anyway, people could say, well, you're just pareidolia. Well, when you look at the Falcon and look, so to me, I think there's some psychic connection between some of these writers and creators that they're tapping into something greater than ourselves, where they're able to produce these kinds of movies and insight,
I mean, it's definitely there's some possibility there to that, because I mean, if you talk to like, songwriters and things like that, and some of these like, some of these musicians and everything, they'll say, like, when you talk about like these like hit songs or these amazing songs that they've written, and it's like,
hey Mona,
like it's not even me writing it, like a lot of them will say that it's something else, and so I get it. Yeah, it's very possible, Jan. Very possible.
Well, Tori Amos said that she would create sometimes when she was younger, writing music. She would connect with the fae a lot, and she would create circles and sometimes sit within fae circles that she's created, offering to get inspiration for some of her music as well too. So there are a lot of performers who have.
Well, I mean, think about it. What is a song but a spell or a magical working? And that process of writing it and the process of making it is spell work. It's magic. So.
Oh, it's magic.
That's not though. That was just pure garbage.
What's the song by the Cars? Oh yeah. Well, do you believe in magic? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm going through. Okay, we gotta stop. That's Tom's fault.
That's Love and Spooky.
Don't blame me. Don't blame me.
Starting to get into all the songs.
We'll say it's Miss Moonlight's fault because she's the one that brought up "We'll Make Great Pets."
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say the music. Oh my goodness. But yeah.
What do you think about going to other planets to live? Would you really want to take and get in a spaceship, be in a shell, and go to a place and have to be in a shell there if you could survive on the gravity of the planet? They'd have to find a planet that has the same gravity, same rotation, same,
Mm-hmm.
Everything the same as here if they want to survive without,
Or as close to it, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think there may be.
No, they exist. I mean, there's viable options out there. It's just they're in other
I'll stay right here. Thank you
galaxies.
very much.
In eternity.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to happen in our lifetime.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody might leave, but yeah, I'm also not going to do it while the people who are making those decisions, like SpaceX and shit like that, and
That's
Jeff
silly.
Bezos are in charge of it.
Yeah, his penis-shaped rockets.
I don't even think they should mess with the moon. Going around it is fine, but we ought to just leave it alone. Let us do this.
They went to the dark side of the moon.
Fix the Earth.
Well,
I'd rather just stay here and make this a great place. Let's make the Earth great again.
Oh God,
Mega.
I mean, I get where I somewhat agree.
The Earth-colored hat. Mega.
But Chaz agrees with us. Nope. Staying here.
We need to.
Yes.
We also need to explore. But so I think we need to be doing all of those things. The problem is we're ignoring what we're doing here completely.
But like Europe said, it's the final countdown. We're leaving for Venus. We're leaving for Venus. So
yeah, I don't want to live on Venus.
And still we say farewell.
That wouldn't be fun.
Because maybe they've seen us and will welcome us all. I'm like, oh, guys, we can't survive on Venus, right? There's no anyway. I couldn't help myself on that one. Sorry. Well, we still have 8 people hanging out with us. Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Good news is if we need to explore, there are people that will gladly get on a ship and fly to another planet and attempt to live there.
Right on. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go for it.
That sounds like an acid trip.
We haven't even.
I mean, I'd rather be doing that. Yeah.
We need to explore the oceans. We still got that great frontier.
I agree.
Christina, good day, my dear. How are you doing this morning? I think it's this morning or afternoon in Australia, my dear. So you would go to a different planet. Is that what you're doing the I would for? Very interesting. Search for Spock. Don't they have some way to make life on planets? I think that would be cool. Huh?
I figured I'd wait for the aliens to come here so they could show us how to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll enslave us and figure out a way to get us there anyway.
Yeah.
And Audra, you're right. Any place that we go, our species will destroy.
I was thinking about that this morning. Yep, we sure would. Because there'd be people that are after power and wealth, and they would do that. Yeah.
Yep, but we do have extraterrestrials, aliens in our oceans for sure. Or we all become Mormons, and then we each have our own planet when we die. Yep. Really? Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Well, I would invite almost everybody here to my planet.
Almost everybody. Wow. I want to know who she's not inviting. Name names.
You want to come to my planet? No, I don't believe that it exists. I haven't seen your planet. How do I know it exists? Oh, I'm just having fun. But yeah, it would be
I wouldn't go to your stupid planet anyway.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want you to come to my stupid planet anyway. So who the fuck would want to do that? Not me. No, I wouldn't either. And now I have Olivia Newton-John in my head. I have to believe. Oh, magic. Yep.
Oh,
yep. Yeah, you had her poster on your wall. He was. Nope. Did you say you had that poster of her?
No.
No? Oh, okay. All right. I digress. But you did like her.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't? Something wrong with that, Shan.
She had a writing stable in Malibu, and when I was stationed over there in Port Wainimia, and I drove around there trying to find it. couldn't find it. I just wanted to see her if she was out horseback riding, just wave to her and say, "Hey, I'm a fan of yours."
Yeah, he had it for Miss Newton John. Let's see.
I
It's
loved her voice,
afternoon.
her singing voice, and her accent. It was great. Yeah.
Let's see. You guys have made me hang out way, universe
Past her
far,
bedtime.
far away. I won't go to any planet that would have me. Well, I guess I'm going to be pretty damn lonely on my planet.
Well, Jan, you're not invited to mine, so.
Past my bedtime. Great discussion. Oh, I'm glad to hear, because I know we've gone a couple different, but no,
Heather hated it, but
I love a good banter. I love a good banter. It's almost midnight. Yeah. Hey, that's a song too from the Tango in the Night CD album by Fleetwood Mac. There's a song, one of my favorites off of that album. Someone told me I was a Carrie. I think they said I'm a walking jukebox. She goes, every time I hear you got a song, I'm like, yeah, that's me. So.
Oh, I was watching something the other day on Edgar Casey.
Wow.
And he says, everybody's trying to do this ascension thing and raise their vibration and everything. He says, there's no need for that. He said that we're already divine. We got to get rid of the junk that lowered our vibration, and then we'll be back to, square one.
So Casey doesn't believe in,
I believe that
dimensions or energy. So
no, he says there is, but you had it until you got worldly. That's why the children are so blessed, is because they're still innocent, don't have all the trappings and the baggage you acquire along your journey that keeps
the
you
nonsense
from being
that the adults put into their heads.
Yeah, adulthood.
Yeah, I mean, there's some truth to that. I agree, but I'm not necessarily of the idea that we have to return to our roots. I don't see what's the point in reversing or going back to the Stone Age to be pure or grounded or whatever.
Well,
I don't believe
he
that
wasn't
either.
talking about he wasn't talking about evolutionary. He was just talking about getting rid of your personal stuff.
Well, I mean, that's a very Buddhist idea.
Yeah.
And Irene's a Buddhist. So, aren't you, Irene? If I remember correctly.
But I do think we do got to go hide under a rock, like a cave, like a Stone Age person would. But I think they should be nicer caves.
Well,
like concrete dome houses and stuff that's aerodynamic that tornadoes can't get into and things like that.
I mean,
because our
eventually going to get to that point. Yes.
So the weather. Yeah.
And I would think instead of adding all this bioengineered stuff in the food, why don't they just grow it indoors to where it's not subject to pollution, to everything that's outside?
Okay, now we're
instead
going
of GMOing things.
Yeah,
well,
but
here you go, Allison. Here's your topic, my dear.
You're still going to run into those issues, though. You're going to need to GMO it to, you're not going to be able to fight mold or, they're still going to need for pesticides and things like that.
You mean on the inside?
Even on the inside, yeah. Life, what is it? Life finds a way.
True.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to be pessimistic. I'm sure they could figure something out.
Yeah.
I mean, with the people with their greenhouses and things and stuff, and how they can grow, healthy
you still
food
need
for
to
themselves.
treat for things that happen to your plants. It still happens.
I know you do, girl. I know you do.
Put down the steak, and then you would free up a hand. Put down the tomahawk steak that you have in one hand, and
Allison, I hope you got a lot of tick repellent.
Oh, here we go with the goddamn ticks.
I'd hate to get bit by one of those suckers and not be able to eat meat anymore.
Shan heard on the internet that, I don't know if it's true, but
Scary.
some people that get bit by ticks, something, the Lyme disease or something, makes them, I don't know. You explain.
It's a different bug. I mean, not different bug, but different disease, different bacteria or something that I forget what's tularemia or something like that. It's got a different name to it. But what it does is it deals with meat sugars, with I don't know.
We go from paranormal to terrestrial aliens, and now to
certain proteins,
ticks.
and you can't eat them without breaking out in hives or having an anaphylactic shock or something.
She says she's not going to fall for that.
Yeah.
Or is that scientific study?
No, they're finding cases of it now.
And this is reliable, respectable sources.
News sources.
Yeah, from Fox News.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not the Fox News.
Not Fox. Not Truth News.
Oh no, Miss Moonlight says it's true. It makes it so.
Yeah, I've heard that there is something going around with that, but I don't know if it's ticks. But yeah.
Well, ticks is one of them. And Allison says Dr. Barry explained the whole thing. Like everything else is being blown up on the news. It's a very, very low risk. You can watch his video on it on YouTube. So Dr. Barry. You have to watch Dr. Barry.
I would do that.
Along with everything else you watch. I don't know if you saw this, but we were complimented on doing a show to, you and I. And you did get his name right. More or less.
I'm just a third wheel. So,
and Tom too, We throw Tom in the mix to make it
interesting. Your support.
Yep. You're the one that kind of drives the wedge or the middle.
I drove the wedge.
What? Not the wedge.
That's what you said.
No, I'm saying, the wedge. Well, Tom's the one that creates that wedgie where he just, pull it out. God damn. Excuse me. One of I use voice to text. Yeah, Tom learned that lesson a couple weeks ago.
No, I was just fat fingered.
Let's see. It's called, hold on a second. She just found it. Alpha. Let's see.
Alpha.
Alpha. That's right.
And Allison's taking Scout for a potty break. Little cute.
Alpha gal. Alpha.
I don't know. I'm trying to find it.
I thought it was something like Alpha gal or something.
The chat jumped again. How about we stop polluting and let the earth heal? Yes, Jan.
That's basically it. If we could stop the industrialization, making so much stuff, and just let the earth.
Okay, but hear me out. If we pave the world, no ticks.
Jan was asking if we remember the movie Logan's Run.
Yep.
Oh God, yeah.
I don't know if I ever saw it. Let's see. Irene was saying, I seen this. I was watching videos supposedly by Richard Feynman that weren't his words. One was talking about social media and cell phones, which didn't exist in his lifetime. That's why I keep saying, I keep telling you got to watch out for the AI shit and the things that people are making.
People make just garbage videos.
An example was, I told him, let's watch some, but we were eating dinner. Let's watch some paranormal stuff. See if we can bring something to the show tonight. And Shan was like, look at Grant's been arrested. And I'm like, what? And I said, no, don't even click on that. I go, it's probably clickbait. It's probably fake. They said some woman like on a news reporter, and it showed a picture of Grant sitting with people who
orange
jumpsuit. We are talking about Grant from Ghost Hunters. Yeah. Him in an orange suit, and we're like, no, honey, don't even click that on. If something were like that were to happen, Tom would be like, hey, did you hear? So yeah, you got to watch out for the clickbait, the AI. Let's see, Alpha. Here we go. Alpha gal syndrome.
Yeah.
But again, got to kind of watch how they. Oh, here we go again with StreamYard. Hold on, guys. I
think it's user error.
Like I said, wait till you do your first live, Tom. If you ever do your first live, you got to. It'll be great.
Yeah.
You've been on how long? 3 years? No, longer.
Longer than that.
I mean, I'm starting my 5th year this November on YouTube, and I've known you since.
I mean, I've technically had my channel since like 2015 or 2014.
Wow. Let's see.
I never used it.
Will they fight Marsa?
Yeah.
Marsa was contagious, but mostly it's just carried by spiders. I got it from spider bites. I almost died, but nobody else caught it. Oh, girl. Yeah, I'm not going to tell her I carry that. She hates spiders.
I
hate spiders too, but it's not just spiders. I mean, Marsa's contagious. I mean,
yeah.
I know people have gotten it in hospitals.
I can't remember. I recognize the word, but I can't remember what MRSA is.
What'd they get it from when they were in the hospitals?
But it was probably cross contamination and stuff.
Oh.
Irene is in Canada.
Shitty nurses, probably.
Irene says we have those Lone Star ticks here now, and people can't eat mammals after being bitten.
Yeah.
So
I would die. Me and Allison would die.
Some of these AI videos on Sumerian tablets being decoded are true, but totally AI. Yes. Oh, so Miss Moonlight lives in Maine. Oh, we almost moved to Maine a long time ago.
That was our plan.
Until Shan had a bad experience in New Hampshire and was like, nope, I'm not staying on the East Coast.
We had several bad experiences.
Too much mud.
Yeah. We were in Hampshire and we got 2 weeks after we got there, we had a tornado that was half a mile down the road and it went 35 miles in like 40 minutes or something like that and ripped
killed a grandmother.
And, homesteads to, houses.
But that was the first time they ever had one, or like one in 40 years. I mean, it was an
we just happened to get there just in time for it. We didn't see the tornado, but we saw the green sky. It was like Wrigley Spearmint Gum green.
Telling him
like,
that New Hampshire isn't the same as Maine, but he didn't want to listen. So,
well, it's not just that. It's the that and the there was a lot of water.
Oh my God, freckles! Oh my God!
And there was a lot of moose.
Or we can drink and. Oh God! Oh, Jan, I know.
Bleach. Inject yourself with bleach.
Ever going to happen?
Yeah. And the ticks. Oh, you know what ticks are really allergic to? I mean, what kills them is cedar. Just plain old cedar oil.
Really?
Yeah, they can't stand it. It kills them. It dries them out. So, if you have landscaping, if you want to stick in cedar chips, make a barrier about 3 feet wide, a little, what do you call that, berm, about 3 feet wide, put other plants in it or something like that. They can't get across that. They'll just die before they, make it about 3 or 4 inches deep. And you saw they can't get on your lawn or into your house because it dies. Yeah.
And we have deer that walk in our yard.
Yeah, exactly. Unless they come in on a deer, which.
But I love
if a deer
seeing
crosses
deer.
over, then it kind of messes things up. But at least you won't have thousands. You'll just have like maybe one or two.
Yeah. I'll stick to the patio.
Oh, God.
I'll stick to the sidewalk.
I will too.
So, Tom, it's midnight.
Ooh, I'm going to turn into a pumpkin.
So, I mean, we're still relatively good. I know we were supposed to talk about initially debunking, because I've been sending Tom these videos because I watch a couple that Instagram starts sending me other videos and pictures and things of spirits and whatnot. And I've been like, but look at this one. But look at this. How do you explain, And so initially that's what we were going to be talking about, how to see a fake, or how to,
if it has a ghost in it, it's a fake.
Debunk.
That's how you
Night, Allison. But I guess that's kind of a moot point now, talking about that.
I don't know. My mom had an experience in our house when I was growing up, and she was sick, and I don't know if that had anything to do with it. Maybe she was hallucinating, but she was there in bed, and a nurse came over and checked on her, had the old Red Cross bonnet thing, and took and went to take the sheets to look at her. And my mom grabbed the sheets and put them over her head. And she didn't tell me this until our family moved away from the house. But she says she still doesn't believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this nurse, she literally saw this nurse come in to check on her, and she still
wouldn't believe it. Yeah.
She would have been your friend, Tom.
Yeah. Because she has discernment.
Well, yeah. But that's kind of like that guy that saw Bigfoot and he goes, I saw Bigfoot. I know I saw it.
It was not a bear.
Yeah, but it can't be Bigfoot because it don't exist. You know, it's like, okay, you just had a hallucination, so that's nothing. You know, there's no Bigfoot.
But it wasn't a bear.
But it wasn't a bear.
But it wasn't a ghost. I saw a spirit, but it wasn't a ghost.
Why would it have to be a ghost? I mean, you know.
What cards are Tom shuffling? Inquiring minds want to know.
The Vertigo Tarot.
Did you plan on doing readings?
No.
No.
I just had a deck next to me.
You know, sometimes I have to kind of pick up, but I don't have anything. So, well, we are doing a show on my channel and not having a deck of cards in my hands.
What's the more obscure methods of debunking things?
Obscure?
Things that aren't mentioned quite so much.
I mean, I honestly, I'm no expert in
that. Just ask Tom. He's your Tom.
That's what I'm asking.
No. I'm saying, Tom, what do you think of this image? It's not real. What about this EVP? Not real.
I mean, it's pretty much our text messages, yes.
No, but really, EVPs though, disembodied voices. How would you explain that if there was nothing being said, if there was absolute quiet, and yet you still hear a voice clear as day answering Anna? So how would you explain that?
So I would explain that by probably the large majority of the ones that are clear and you're hearing is most likely faked or just bleed through of something else that are people are just not missing. Well, you were just looking at the Vertigo today. Yeah.
I don't know if I've heard of that deck.
It's Vertigo Comics. It was the people who put out Sandman, Books of Magic, things like that. So it's
Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a nice deck. It's an old deck. It's out of print now, but you can still find them relatively cheap.
Hold on a second. Let's see. Has I ever?
There we go.
So, really.
They're glossy.
Yeah, that's the Fool card.
Huh. Have you done a flip? You have done a flip through your channel for this? No,
I don't think I have. But this is 20 years old at least, probably.
Oh my gosh!
Whoa! So it's been around that long.
It's in good shape.
Yeah. It's a really nice deck.
Well, Tom takes care of his because he gets the spendy decks. He doesn't really do mass market decks.
This was a gift from my wife back when it actually came out, back in the day.
Oh.
When you came out, or when it came out?
When it came out.
When it came out, I made a box for it myself.
Oh, cool.
So.
Wow, you made that?
Yep.
It's like commercial.
Yeah.
Very professional.
Nice hard box.
Yeah.
Like I say, he's a sculptor. People, he can make stuff.
Took bookbinding in college, so I remembered how to do it.
My mother spoke to me about 6 months after she passed, very clearly, and in her own voice, she told me to watch out. I was on a ladder painting, and I almost fell because it scared the hell out of me. Well, thanks, Mom, for warning me that you're going to.
A lot of mediums say that once, when an individual passes away, they may stay here for a while and just, hang out. Go traveling because they never went traveling before and they got the freedom to do it now.
Or, just wait for you to walk up a shaky ladder.
A letter.
But no, I mean,
Yeah.
that could have been your own mind doing that too. Like, I mean, that's different than EVPs, but
Audra had something scary
I
AF.
was reading this.
Okay.
It's back to the barn around 8:30. Big red eyes in a far tree. Figured lights, but it was not.
Now you believe in cryptids, though, right?
To some extent, yeah.
That was eyeshine from a Bigfoot.
Well,
Could
there's
have been
other
Bigfoot
creatures that give,
Or Dogman. They
I was going to say Mothman.
or Mothman.
Or Mothman.
I mean, a lot of things have red eyes.
Yeah.
I wonder, people are like red eyes because it's evil. I'm like, no, maybe just the way that their retinas from whatever the way that light shines and hits them. I mean,
oh yeah, because nothing. It's
like
not,
the fires of hell in their eyes.
People got to stop with the evil shit. Like it's just so
like
so
slow
silly.
Bala.
It's so silly.
Yeah, everything is Luciferian. She was making fun of Luciferianism, and she was,
who was saying that?
Sloan Bala.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you don't want to know who that is. You wouldn't like her. My son, who was in the other room, asked me who was talking to me. Oh, when she heard the voice, okay. And I don't know if you saw that. Miss Moonlight said it's a beautiful deck.
It is. It is a nice deck. I definitely recommend it. It's a little bit of a weird reader, I would say, but it's nice.
Okay.
So her son heard her mom's voice.
So yeah, the son also heard the voice. Yeah. So that's two people.
But he didn't recognize it as grandma.
No.
Well, she heard it as her mom. I don't know if she said. Jan, did your son recognize that it was grandma's voice? Because she says my son who was in the other room asked me who was talking to me because he obviously heard the voice as well. Let's see. I don't know about people who say they cross spirits over.
Yeah, well, that's always silly.
I had someone tell me I did once before without, when I wasn't sure if I did or not, but I had an interesting experience. And when I shared that this is going 3 years ago or so, when we went to the DeVoe Park at that boarded up old building they had for boys back in the day. And something occurred. And when I went and told Scott's spiritual essence, not other Scott. And according to him, he said, my guys are telling me that you helped, a child cross over that had been there, I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, nothing to do with ego or anything. It was something I felt was unusual that I've never done, something that wasn't regular occurrence for me. And I was kind of questioning it the whole day. And I said, well, I'll just ask, Scott Allen. And, he, did a confirmation for me. Whether people believe it, whether it's true, I don't know. But I just know it was my experience. So.
Yeah, I mean, you see it on a lot of those paranormal shows and stuff that they'll like do that, or
like those two ladies in Canada who go to they were a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, they always drink a glass of wine after they do their case.
They do a drink, yeah.
Maybe they drink before this too.
The same people say that you know everything after you die. I wonder if these dead people know everything when they need help crossing. I don't know.
There you go, Irene.
For me, I'm not going to not believe that there's an after. I mean, for me, I believe there is, and I do believe that people can help other spirits cross over or give them a voice. And for whatever reason, sometimes they're stuck here. And yes, not all evidence is real. A lot can be faked. Which reminds me too, this month I have to go to see real evidence. I have to go to the park and retake that picture. Yeah, but a real evidence for me is not going to be real evidence for you.
Well, I'm just a little bit more of a harder sell.
More of a hard ass. That's what.
But that's just like, I mean, that's just saying that you're more willing to believe something than I am. Like, and that's not evidence.
Yeah, he's a Scully.
I am, yeah, a little bit of a Scully.
You got to start wearing, instead of pink, we're going to have to do red. You're going to have to start wearing some black heels too. Some shoulder pads in your jacket.
All right, next time.
Go put shoulder pads back in the 90s.
Be a Scully reboot. Be nice.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're going to do, a show. A bit of Banter, Mulder and Scully.
And Mulder will be the chick.
I'll be Mulder. Actually, it's funny because I dated a guy before we dated. We were both X-File fans, and Daryl was just absolutely skeptical about everything, very much like you, Tom. And for me, I was the believer, and so he was Scully and I was Mulder. So then,
I'm also a bit of a Mulder though too, because I want to believe, but
And it's so easy for you to believe. You just got to get out of your own way, right? You got to get. Get out of the way.
It is easy to believe. If I want to believe it, I will. But
not until you're dead. Then you'll believe.
Well, no, I'm not going to believe that. That's because, I could believe it, but
you watch. If Tom were, I'm not wishing, but saying Tom would have passed before me, he's going to be coming after me, going, "Guess what? Poke, poke, poke." Heather, you were right.
And even if I'm not, you're going to think I am. So.
Oh, God, go poke a bear. No, go poke a Tom. Wait a minute. I had that clicked on and I didn't even read. I'm sorry, Audra. Like a guest lingering after party is ending. Maybe some spirits are lingering here. Quite possible. Yeah. I mean, there's some spirits that people believe that loved a place or was so devoted to a place to protect, or they were a part of, that they want their energy, part of their energy, to remain to protect that area. I mean, they loved it. They didn't,
Again, the problem I have with that is that's you putting your belief into it.
But not only me,
you're correct, Miss Moonlight. That's where people that's where they get wrong with me. I'm skeptical but open-minded, because I'm saying I don't believe.
Tom wants to be open-minded, but it's just too damn scary.
I would argue that I'm the more open-minded.
Well, I'm open to lots of different possibilities, just not yours.
You're too instilled within your framework.
Yeah. Well, it's almost 12:30. We've been on for 2.5 hours. I've still got 8 people hanging out with us. Wow.
Did you know?
Here we go.
I've been watching stuff on the pineal gland. Did you know your pineal gland? I thought it was a pine coney thing in the middle of your brain. It's the size of a grain of rice.
Yeah.
That's pretty insignificant. So it's probably got something nuclear in her to be that powerful, to power us. It's amazing, but it's pathetic at the same time.
Yeah.
Why is it pathetic?
Well, because something's so small.
So tiny.
Makes it
but remember in Men in Black, that was it was the lesson. You think, we us humans understand that, how can a whole universe, fit into a little marble? That's how smaller brains can perceive. So there you go.
There you go. That's literally what I was saying earlier.
So our universe, our Milky Way and everything is just one atom and the planets are the what do you call electrons and neutrons and protons and blah, blah, blah. Quarks.
Allison, blah, blah, blah.
The quarks are the asteroids.
As above, so below.
Yeah. Yes. I read the whole thing.
You read the whole thing? What's
that? As above, so below.
That's a book?
It's in the book.
Oh, what book?
That he suggested I get.
Oh, the Kabbalion or whatever. Kabbalion. Now that would be a show. You guys, I don't know if you like that, or having a show where I'll just sit here and do chat and you two can talk about the Kabbalion. I mean, sometimes he gets all over the place with all these different things because he watches so much TV during the day. that I can't keep up. Sometimes I'm just like, no, this is too much. It's amazing. Some
So,
of the
Shan,
stuff
what
that
you
he
should be doing
watches.
is now taking that knowledge and putting it to song and creating.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
He started making a new song the other day, and then he stopped. I'm like, why'd you stop? That was cool. We can all have the same words, but we still don't all make up the same sentences.
That is true.
I like that. Like I said before, maybe the stars are just holes that they poked so that we could breathe. Hey. Oh, is one of the babies there?
Yeah.
It's a Bosie?
It is. It's Bosie.
Bosie. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I know. I'm right here. Yes.
Right.
You've been too enthusiastic.
Yes. I never see Grimly anymore, but you move things around so that
Yeah, it's a little further down now. So
what
she
is the
doesn't.
name? Oh, sorry. What is the name of the particle that only moves when observed?
Baby.
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh.
Yes, I love you. Talking to my cat. I can't think of it. Oh, there's a Bose. Hi, Bosie. Kitty. I like you, Bosie. Yeah, you don't argue with me. You just sit there and your hand.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was a
your-
cork too, but I don't know.
It's a beautiful boy. Yeah.
You go. Oh, I know.
Some of our local cats got sick though. Something somewhere was out and
Could be.
cats got sick.
You know, a little bit.
I was thinking, you got photons, electrons, neutrons, and quarks, and
Well,
yeah, I'm not sure
or
which one it
neutrinos.
is.
Neutrons, yeah.
I can, let's ask someone who knows everything.
Oh, there you
Hey,
go.
Siri.
What?
What is the name of the particle that only moves when observed?
Okay, I found this on the web for what is the name of the particle that only moves when observed. Check it out.
She must be Canadian. She said out.
Yeah, because I made her. No, I chose the English version of
I
her
know,
voice.
but she still said
Okay,
out,
here
so
we go. The
oh.
quasi particle called a semi-Dirac fermion
Fermion. Yeah, Fermion.
was first theorized
Wow.
16 years ago. So the quasi particle called semi-Dirac fermion. That sounds like a fantasy novel character name. Anywho.
For me.
Yeah.
Look at you, boy.
Is he a Manx?
No.
Oh, okay.
Are we in simulation? I don't know.
I don't know about that.
He doesn't have a tail though.
Yes, he does.
I didn't see. Does he?
He's got a
Yep.
tail.
Oh, okay. Never mind. All I saw was a nub.
Nope,
Actually-
he's got a nice long tail.
Long tail? Okay. I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
Jan says, actually, unobserved particles move in a wave, and when observed, they move in a straight line.
Wow.
It's like they got their own consciousness.
Yeah.
They
Or
know when
our
they're-
energy
know when they're
affects
being watched.
There.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. It's not quite the tail.
And he's not happy.
No.
Oh, he just
Your fault. Your fault.
Yep.
Irene says, I think we are living in a virtual reality. I don't like to use the simulation word for it, though. That to me is scary, simulation.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think we are, but who
No.
knows?
That should be, or we are creating the world. Oh, at world, yeah. So, who knows, really?
You got me good.
We won't until it's time we go meet the maker.
Yeah.
And Tom's going to be like, oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Or I'm going to be, oh, damn.
No, that's
Now
nothing to be worried
where's
about.
Tom when I...
I don't think this is a simulation. I think that we were made out of clay, right? Molded, which means we came from the earth, regardless, and we're part of the earth.
Well, we definitely are. Yeah.
I think, just like trees, we're an extension of the earth. We're here for a purpose to record stuff. And then when you go, you download, and then you come back and do it again.
My room would be hella cleaner, and I would be hella happier if I was simulating this. I don't think it's simulation. I think it's creation.
Creation, yeah.
Yeah, create my own large bank account if I can,
And I was thinking, like, the Big Bang was point A, and then B somewhere out there in eternity. But we're thinking about races of aliens if there were some. I was thinking maybe the smarter ones would be the ones that were farther out from us, but that wouldn't make any sense because it just doesn't make sense. We'd have smart ones and not so smart ones out there and closer to the Big Bang, so it wouldn't matter because there's just too much, it'd be silly to think that all the smart ones are already out there.
And me too, Miss Moonlight.
But they're also expanding too. So
yeah.
So it's we're always just getting further and further away.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, would we be expanding or actually decaying? And then the stuff that decays from us goes to star stuff. Just goes back out and mixes with everything else. The planet and all the planets should be decaying, right? Dying and stuff like that and crumbling apart and blah, blah, blah.
I mean, they will over time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's decaying. Yeah.
Guess they're being stretched.
Zillions of years. Yeah.
Okay. I like Donald Hoffman's work. I'm not sure who that is.
I'm not familiar with the name.
Jan. With the smart ones. Will the smart ones would figure things out way quicker than the stupid ones would? Oh boy. Like the dude that was so excited and so happy that he voted for who, because now not only does his gas tank is able to carry.
Oh yeah.
Because prior to, his gas tank could only carry, what was
40
it?
gallons and now
40 gallons, and now it costs 120 some. So I don't know how he did that to make my gas.
No, he's saying his tank could carry 40 gallons, and then now it can carry 120 gallons. I don't get
it. This is true. This was, I saw, and I'm just like, oh my God, really?
It's along the lines of the guy that said, why don't they test the woman for the DNA to find out whose son it is?
Yeah, this guy was serious. He was like, well, they're always asking the guy to supply DNA for but what about the woman? Why don't they ever ask the women for the DNA? And he was being serious, y'all.
Yeah.
I feel bad that people are still raising their children to, oh my God.
Yikes.
Zoinks! Scooby, zoinks.
Oh, that's yeah.
No, it holds $20. Oh, and it's 120. It holds more. Yeah, that was I was trying to figure out, and we wonder why the planet is doomed, right? Yeah. Oh no, why the planet's this kind of shape. Yeah.
But living in a simulation, regardless of it is or not, is still our reality.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So like that dude in the Matrix that wanted to go back because he liked to taste the steak and stuff like that. I mean, that's a good enough reason for me to stay hooked up. To be in that world is because of experiencing.
Yeah.
And experience and having all the stuff with that you used to remember from childhood.
Couple guys on Instagram, Miss Moonlight, that people share stuff that they see on, and they share it on there. It's something. Let me tell you, the turd is getting rid of the ocean monitoring system now.
Yeah, I hate that. He's taking the buoys away. We're gonna have to repair a lot when he leaves.
Okay.
Sorry.
That was my fault. Heather opened up the door.
Yeah, I won't say anything more.
With the politics, so my bad.
But it's not politics. It's weather.
Yeah, but it's
Science.
Yeah,
still
but
the
it's
orange
true.
Cheeto in chief.
Yeah,
that I
so it
wanna
wouldn't matter
talk
who
about.
did it. That's wrong.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's past my medicate. I'm going to have to take my medication. So I'm going to have to
I gotta feed my baby. He's
um
looking for food.
well, I hope we didn't waste your time too much tonight, Tom.
No, not at all.
What kind of food do you feed them?
Cat food.
Genetically modified tick carcasses.
Pig carcasses?
Tick carcasses.
Oh, tick carcasses. Oh my god. Oh no, he feeds the cats Bigfoot meat. Remember, he gets the steaks from Allison.
Oh, catty. Wow, lucky cat.
No,
I
he
said
gets
Sasquatch
cat
cat.
food. It's perfectly normal cat food.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Nothing
he is in
special.
mental decline. Yes, we're just waiting for the day where we hear. But then, when you cut off one head, another one grows, or they're going to keep growing. So, but yeah. So Jan says this was fun. Jan, you'll have to join me next Saturday. Miss Moonlight says this was fun, and Mona Lee was still here watching. Hey, Mona.
Hey, Mona.
And I believe this is why I'm here to learn these lessons. Seems like when I want to advance in some way, obstacles are there in front to achieve or fail.
That's life.
And she's doing some incredible stuff, competing. She's one of those competitors that sits on the back of a horse and draw and releases an arrow. I mean, she does.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
She's basically like Sagittarius. She's on the horse riding and shooting the arrows into the hoops and targets and stuff as she's moving. So
Laura Croft.
Kind of like a Laura Croft. Okay. I'm down on you and your Angelina Jolie.
She did that.
Stefan Burns today video on these really weird shapes on the ocean floors that are moving. Oh, I'll have to check those out. Awesome. We'll make it happen. We'll have another conversation similarly to this.
With less skepticism.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out how I could say it,
No, I enjoy the skepticism.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a
can get frustrating sometimes, but great show, guys.
You were just getting frustrated because me and Shan were in too much agreement at times.
No, you and Allison are like, no, they're building up on me. Sorry, just kidding. No, they're not. They've been, oh my God, we've all known each other for what, 3-4 years now. So
yeah.
Great guys. Okay, all right, talking about this stuff. Awesome. That should be a did video, not today. Huh? That should be did a video, not today. Okay. Let's see. Got second in the you got second?
Wow.
Girl.
Cool.
Keep going. Keep going. And like you said, the Olympics, that's your goal. You're only frustrated if you're invested in being right.
Correct.
Well, for me, it's hard. For me, it's almost like my experience is someone's trying to, but it feels like my experience is being invalidated or being questioned. Like I'm not, you know what I mean? So for me, I get it. Or otherwise, I wouldn't have Tom on because this is what we always go through. So I'm a glutton for punishment, right? So this is
nobody's invalidating your experiences.
Sometimes feels like
but sometimes people are too wed to their experiences being a certain thing.
And then there are some that are just absolutely right, and they can't wait till everyone else finds out that they're right and they're wrong.
But then they probably won't because it'll just be nothing.
It'll be nothing.
The lights will just turn off.
And fade to black like Metallica. That's a great song, everybody. There we go. We'll end on music. Fade to Black by Metallica. Man, that song helps me through some rough stuff. It really did. So anyway, last comment for the night. Just because you experience it doesn't mean it's right. And just because you don't believe it doesn't mean it isn't true. There we go. We will end on that. So everybody, thanks for joining Tom and I tonight. Sorry it was a little bit later, but again,
And
Tom had some
Shan.
crazy weather. And
And
of
Shan.
course, Shan. And Shan will be back. So
But I obviously won't be, I guess.
no, you will be back because he's always watching these things, and this would be a great conversation for you guys to. But we'll make sure we pick a topic that we can have you know what I mean? So
Well, I'm only
we're
going
not
to be
just
back
grasping.
if you are, because that's my thing. This discussion is what we do.
Yeah, and so I would take that as that's an honor, really, because Shan won't come on for any other show with me for anybody else except for you. It's a bromance.
It's a bromance.
No,
It's a budding bromance.
Two like thinking minds, sort of.
Two beards connecting.
I'm
Two beards connecting in the darkness.
Alrighty, everybody. Have a good night. Hi, Jackie.
Hey, Jackie, you missed it
Thanks
all.
for saying hi, sweetheart. And if you are coming next Saturday, we could all four be on. Well, Tom's got a funny schedule, but
we'll see.
We'll see. It's a bearded union.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tom. I enjoyed it again.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
Yes.
So, and if Tom can't make it, still, Jan, we'll see if we can bring Channel on too, and depending on the topic. So, we'll see how that all. Heather, you're the only person I would let unlock my Akashic records. Oh, that's so touching. And I still enjoy those cards that you got for me a couple of years ago. Don't you think I don't look at them and pull them out and use them? So the beard is the silver cord.
That's the line to end on.
There we go. This is the line. So everybody, thanks again. Have a great night. Have a great rest of your weekend. And we'll see you on the next show. Bye, y'all.
Bye.